This is such a random video, but I have to share it. This bottle or jar of honey has been sitting in my room for so long, and it's about time that I get this done so I can finally consume it, because I've been saving it here. Have you ever been in the grocery store looking for a bottle of honey, walking down the aisle, and you see a jar, $10, you see another one, maybe $20 at most, but then you see this little one that's half the size, and it's like $50. It's called Manuka honey. What is Manuka honey? It is a special type of honey that is found nowhere on earth except New Zealand. Well, it's produced in New Zealand by Australia because the plant is endemic to that region. So Manuka honey comes from the tea tree plant. That's the same plant that produces tea tree oil. It's basically a essential oil. It's found in your shampoo, lotions, soaps, whatever. You put it on your scalp, you put it on your skin. You know what tea tree oil is. So it only makes sense that the essential oil, the plant that produces the essential oil, also produces an amazing honey from the flowers. Not all plants can do this. So again, this plant behind me is called tea tree plant. And let's look at a flower. There's the flower, right? It's an incredible flower. So the bees harvest honey from these flowers, and only these flowers, no other plant. And that's why it's called monofloral. Mono meaning one plant, and floral meaning flower. So it's only one species of flowers from which the bees harvest the honey. So most honey you eat is like, they say it's good for your immune system because the bees harvest honey from the whole fucking city, excuse my language, and then all the plants and bushes and trees, you're basically eating honey that's a collective of all these plants. Whereas Manuka honey is strictly the Manuka bush, and that's a good thing. So you now know what it is and what plant it comes from, but what is so special about it? What does it taste like? What is the texture? Why is it so expensive? So I'll try to answer these. What makes it so unique is the ingredient. It's called methyl glyoxal. It's basically a chemical that is allegedly antifungal, antibacterial, antiviral. The reason I have a $50 jar of honey at my house to consume is, and most people do this that I know. My roommates do it. I try to get friends and family to do it, but maybe you guys will do this too after watching this video. But what it is you really don't eat this at leisure. You don't want to just like sit down and eat the honey for no reason. Unless you feel like people around you are sick or you just got money to blow, then go for it and buy a jar and eat a spoonful every day. It's actually good for you. Really good to eat a spoonful every day. But because it's so expensive, what I do is I eat a spoonful when I feel like I might be getting sick. Now, I could have no symptoms, or I know people around me are sick and I just want to be on alert. The other thing is, if you get a tickle in your throat or your nose, you get that tickle and then you're like, tomorrow I might be sick because of this. As soon as the day comes where you notice that tickle in your throat, I basically take a spoonful and like slowly suck on it or like lick it so that it coats my mouth and it coats my throat. You don't want to swallow. This is what I do. This is just like, what do you call it? It's a type of evidence, or it's a type of claim. It's the word will come to me if I sit and talk again. So I'm going to keep going because I don't want to hold this video up. But anecdotal. I believe it's anecdotal evidence. What I do is, right before I go to bed, I get the tickle in my throat. I think I might be getting sick tomorrow, so I'll let it sit. I try not to swallow all of the bulk. I'll leave like 20% and just coat my throat, my mouth, lay on my bed, and fall asleep with it there. And this is a rough estimate, but maybe 3 out of 5 times that I feel the tickle in my throat, I end up waking up the morning and I'm not sick because of the Manuka honey. So this really, to me, is a medicinal honey, not like a culinary honey. Now, you can experiment with it, but that's the number one ingredient, methyl glyoxal. Now it's non-GMO, it's raw, it's organic, it's unpasteurized. What else? It even says right here, non-GMO. There's another stamp. Glyphosate residue free. So glyphosate is a pesticide. It claims to be extremely clean product. You get what you pay for. Now, what does it taste like? Let's read the notes on it. Raw and unpasteurized, non-GMO, verified, produced and packaged in New Zealand. So it probably costs more because they also have to ship it from New Zealand to everywhere that we can access it. Free of antibiotics and glyphosate, traceable from hive to home. Here's a note. I'm vegan. I'm like 99% vegan, right? There might be some dairy on a crouton on my salad. There might be honey, but these bees are beekeepers. Beekeepers produce the honey, right? Obviously. So the bees are just like pets to the beekeeper, and they're not going to be, I don't know for a fact, but presumably the bees are living decent bee lives and just harvesting honey. And honestly, I don't know enough about it, but I'm not like a tier 5, or I don't know the categorical rankings of what vegan I am, but I am pretty far up there, but not like extreme. So that's why I do consume honey. Anyways, let's taste it. Taste test. It comes hermetically sealed, essentially. Now, some people say, it's like a rumor, don't use a metal spoon. They said like the elements of the metal like it denatures the honey. It is such a bizarre theory or claim. I doubt it. It is so thick. It's a good honey. Okay. Get a spoon. Okay, I'm gonna try to show you what the honey looks like. You see inside of it. It's like very rich looking. It's almost like gold. Like if I could describe it, it's like paint, like a really thick paint. It is nothing like other honey. It's not, it's very opaque. Is that the right word? I don't know. And I hope I'm in the camera frame. Now, the texture, much thicker than normal honey. It's less runny. It's a slow. One thing you probably don't want to do is double dip your honey from your mouth, because if you're doing what I recommend and you might be getting sick, you don't want the sick in there, like the pathogens. But anyways, I'll show you how thick it is. Oh my goodness. It's very good stuff. The color is beautiful. Anyways, this jar should last you about a year or two, depending on how frequently you think you're getting sick. It has like a menthol flavor. If you think about it, tea tree oil is very, very strong fragrance. It's like kind of menthol, similar to eucalyptus. Actually, in fact, I think they're in the same plant family. Amazing stuff. So let's recap. The flavor is sweet, immediately sweet, kind of menthol, kind of like minty, not peppermint. kind of almost wintergreeny, a little piney, earthy. It's a very complex flavor. The texture is just thick, thicker than normal honey. The active ingredient, methyl glyoxal. Other brands, this is called Wedderspoon, Wedderspoon. Other brands have, what do they have? Their own ranking of the concentration of the active ingredient I talked about, methyl glyoxal. Why eat any other honey at this point? I don't even buy any other honey unless it's, to put on a biscuit or something. But they make vegan honey, and I kind of stick towards that. The only reason I really buy this is because it's just medicinal stuff. It's kind of a medicine. So, tastes incredible. But to me, I think it's actually fascinating that a plant can produce this. Well, the bees do. I think it's probably a lot of plants and time and work for the bees to produce a small jar. And that's probably another additional reason why it's so expensive. But go out there, buy the jar. It'll last you a year or two. When you think you're getting sick, take a small spoonful, lick it. Don't brush your teeth. So if you think you're getting sick, your throat itch, irritated, eat it, go to bed, let it coat your throat, fall asleep, and don't brush your teeth. You want it to sit there. Live a healthy lifestyle. Don't get sick. And follow me by subscribing, follow me for more useful stuff on health. I mean, we all live busy lives. Some people literally don't have time to research why you should buy this, or find out if they know anyone that consumes this, and the credibility of the product itself. So I'm here to tell you it's worth the investment. This jar should last you a year or two. This is 1.1 pounds and 17.6 ounces, 500 grams ish. It's worth the investment because this could potentially save you. I'm salivating. This is so flavorful. This could potentially save you from having to call in sick to work. It's literally an investment, and it's natural. There's no Pfizer in this. There's no, pharmaceuticals in it. It's just earth stuff. And I bet you it's not FDA approved. I bet you it says on here. Not FDA approved. I don't see it, but they don't want you eating holistic, if this is called holistic medicine, because it doesn't make money. So anyways, take care of yourself.